Hi everyone, this is Terry, and you're listening to Insights with Terri Coots. We will explore together the week of September the 29th through October the 6th, 2024. Thank you for joining me. Now the planets, kids, are still in the same position basically that we talked about last week. And the week before, I did discuss the Libra tendency to buy more. I'm doing the same thing myself, even though I know better. The Cancer energy to get together with family, to need to belong to a group, to look at friends as sisters and brothers. So this is a great time to be with people that you consider your best friend, your sister, your brother, family. So if you have a chance, get them over. We did that. We had a birthday party for one of the 1-year-old great-grandchildren, and it's just nice to get together with family. It feels really cozy during this time of Cancer in Mars. And that Mercury is still in Venus, which is going to put a lot of pressure on us to buy things that are more than what we absolutely need. Even though I'm warning you, I'm falling into the same cave, so I'll dig myself out in November, maybe. And then Venus, the planet of love and beauty, that is in Scorpio. That's a little tougher. Scorpio is a more difficult energy to work with sometimes because of the psychic tendencies and the realism, really. It's just being real, but not everybody wants to be real or is capable of that. So just watch in this type of an energy field for jealousy, for paranoia. I am seeing that a lot in certain clients, not all of them, but certain clients, when there's a pattern of everybody's harassing me, everybody's stalking me, people at work, people in the family. Might be time to start looking at, what am I supporting in here? What is my pattern that is maybe supporting that type of thinking? Is it even real? So it's a funny kind of an energy. It's very, very complicated, and we'll take it one step at a time. The number that was given to us is the number 1. And we've had number 1 quite a bit, and that's about leaders. On Star Trek, you're my number 1. So it's about leaders. It's about courage and inspiration. It's about creativity, which is really important right now, and staying active, both mentally and physically. I'm trying to do that with my animals, too. If I don't do that, they get into things. So I'm just finding that keeping their minds involved in maybe new tricks, new training, new games, maybe foraging type of toys that keeps them engaged for a bit. Number 1, combined with where the planets are, will give priority to more individual success. So we can look at, what do we consider successful? How do we look at our life and our goals? What would we consider successful? So the universe is going to be more specific with each person, and the ability to use our initiative and determination to succeed. So that's basically not giving up. So there's been quite a few things that I've been challenged to do here around the farm, and instead of saying, oh, I can't do it, or I'm too womany, or it can't be done, this kind of an energy, when you draw on it, will give you the determination to say, no, wait a minute, this has been done before. It's not like I'm trying to go to the moon here. And it'll put us in a position that we can succeed. It asks us to devote more time to other people that need us. Now, don't go getting yourself imploded here, but within reason, people that you feel need or would value your company, your words, your wisdom, and not suck you dry. People that would benefit maybe in some of the ideas, maybe offering a book that they could read as opposed to trying to describe it, a book that you could read and maybe go into more detail, and then we'll talk about the book later, kind of thing. Praise is really important. People are hungry to feel good right now about themselves, about their job, about the job that they do, about the productivity that they're involved with. Praise that's insincere is like horrible food. But when it's sincere, I watch people, because I have the ability to see auras, when somebody says something nice about, sincerely, another person. Oh, it's beautiful to see that aura lift up and them ask, oh, is that true? I didn't notice that. They're basically asking, I want a second helping of that. Could you help me with a second helping? Watch number one with the way the planets are, and especially with Scorpio in Venus, there could be a little bit of domineering energy. So if you have a friend or a family member or a boss or a peer at work that's a little domineering, there's, you might be in a tough situation, but you don't have to take that. Now, you don't have to argue, and you don't have to be, conflictive. Walking away is good. Just kind of like dropping the call. My bird has done it to me, so I'm not lying, but when I'm talking on my cell phone, one of my parrots thinks the red hang up button is really cute and likes to peck at it. So I drop calls quite a bit if my bird's near my phone, and I put it down. So domineering people, you could just drop the call, and it doesn't have to be a call. It could be standing there in person, and you just walk away, but make sure that your body language doesn't show anger or frustrated attitude or disgust or anything. Just walk away. You drop it. It's not yours anymore. I'm not picking this hot potato up, and it's not mine. Good management skills is going to be bestowed on us. Oh man, could I use that? So I'm going to get a double heaping of that. Time management, looking at how we can manage certain things around our job, our time, our house, our family, getting things done without killing ourselves. That's a good energy, and we can use it really positively. The weakness of number one paired with everything, what we have to watch is a superiority complex, which I've seen in some politicians, and stubbornness. Ooh, stubborn. I can't say that I'm seeing it in the animals right now, but it might be a little bit too early for me to look for it. But usually when this starts to occur, I do see that the animals are a little bit more reluctant to turn on a dime and head without question. Like, why do you need this? And another weakness is we might be hesitant and have difficulty finding what our own way is. Not our friend's way, not the way we're being told by other people, our own way. And that takes some meditation, that takes some quiet time. What is your footfall doing to this earth? What is your path? What's your journey? Are you on track? Are you off track? And we may feel that we get too little help or support from others. So that's a feeling. It's not necessarily a reality, and that's just something to look at. Is this real? Or am I leaning on people too much? Am I being abandoned? Just kind of look at it and say, where is the reality of this? And it also, number one, might encourage loneliness or encourage the feeling of loneliness. So if you're feeling lonely, reach out to somebody that you may think doesn't get a lot of opportunity to be with other people, and maybe just say hi, just touching base, nothing huge, just want to see how you're doing and where you are and what's going on. It's always nice for people to check in, especially if they're asking about you, not asking you how are you feeling, and then they dump on you, the other shoe drops. Now, just quickly, some of the cards that came up. The one that's pretty important is about thinking. So it's the suit of thinking. When the card is in the natural position, it's called the nightmare card. So it's despair. It's when you just hold your head in your hands and you just, I don't know where to go from here. I'm sad, I'm sleepless nights, worry, extreme stress. That's in its natural position. But this one is upside down, which means that for many of us, remembering that this is a general reading, remember that I can't hit it all of you individually. I'm taking a collective consciousness, a collective energy. So when this card is upside down, it's more in the vein of the nightmare is over. So it offers hope. It maybe have some good news come to you and help us to realize that some of the worries that were dragging us down or making us feel overwhelmed were unfounded. There was nothing to base that on. It encourages faith in everything, faith in the rightness of things, trust that we have what we need. We'll always have what we need. We'll always be, to a degree, watched over. So it's a promise. It's this ray of sunshine that I feel promise when I see it. So it's an energy field that offers us an end to some of the suffering that so many people have gone through and are going through. But it's all about letting go and letting it happen. And that's the complicated part. Many people read and are aware of The Secret, but they're not sure how it works and they're not sure how to let go so that circumstances, the situation, can evolve around in its own way, the way the source wants it to evolve, not the way we are. Can you imagine, really, if you think about it, we pray for, please give me that recorder. And then maybe the source starts to work on it, but we want it in this color, we want it this way, we want it delivered. We're very particular, so basically we're ordering the creator around, and it really, trust me, it doesn't work that way. So what we have to do, or what we should do, or what we should be inclined to do, is kind of know what we would like, but also understand that the creator knows more than we do and has a bigger understanding than we do, and offer it in a loving way. I think I would need this other bird, but if it's not good for me, or somebody else could use the bird more, or it would harm somebody to get this, you have my permission to make it go away. And then things evolve in a way that you could never predict, but always in the benefit of other people and things around. So it's a really positive energy if we look at it in that way. Some major cards came up, one of them being the Hanged Man, which is suspended energy, where the universe takes us and throws situations at us so that we can look at them and start to cultivate a different approach, a different way of looking at things, a different attitude. And I think, judging by the way I see things evolving, many of us many of us could use an attitude adjustment. And I think that's what this is. So when I look at this, it's the universe offering situations to us that will give us a new perspective. So it's suspension. They're going to grab us by the ankle, hold us upside down until we look at it a different way, or we stop struggling and then accept and then move in a positive way from there. So it slows action down because we're hanging upside down. We'll feel maybe sometimes that we're just struggling and we're in limbo. We are struggling if we're hanging upside down. And we need to take our time with this. It's a testing period. There's so many lessons to be learned. And this cosmic consciousness is offering enlightenment if we're willing to maybe look at this with a unique viewpoint and maybe a new angle. So it's going to offer us an opportunity to dance to a different drummer, which is always refreshing. And the last one that I'll bring up is the moon. And the moon is a major card as well. And it is all about our intuition. It's about that feeling that we have. This doesn't feel right, or this does feel right. So it's a deep instinctual force. And believe it or not, we have a new moon coming on Wednesday the 2nd, and that offers us new opportunities. That new moon is, I think it's in Libra. So that'll offer us new ways of working with other people, new ways of being a companion, new ways of being a partner. And then the moon coming up in the reading, I know that we've heard the pull of the moon, and the moon causes high tides in a full moon, and new moons have a lower tide. And it really will dictate our moods in many cases. Ask any professional person that works with people what a full moon does. It is a energy field that can contribute to gaining weight. So if you want to gain weight, this is a good time. If you don't want to gain weight, this is a good time to put fresh vegetables and fruits in your fridge and get rid of all those candies and junk food and high-calorie misfits. So we could gain a lot of weight just by being hungry and picky and just keep going at things. It's a very psychic energy, this moon, and awareness. It will uncover some secret truths that maybe you're hiding from yourself or you're hiding from other people. And it is really strong emotional energy. So you pair the moon up in our reading and that moon that is new on Wednesday and that psychic energy of Scorpio. That's a lot of intuitive energy that we'll be dealing with. So that's something that we do need to pay attention, because psychic energy it's simple and complicated at the same time. It takes some understanding. It really does. And then in Mars, that Cancer energy, the ruling planet of Cancer is the moon. So we have a lot of moon-related energy fields coming at us right now, which is psychic, instinctual, energetic. It's a really good energy to start with. New moon, for me, helps me look at some of the things that I'd like to keep in my life, the new characteristics that I'd like to increase and call my own. It's not the greatest time for letting things go as much as it is for accumulating, so that might not be good for us hoarders. So that's what we have, kids, for this week. We've got the number 1, and we've got a lot of Libra energy and Scorpio and Cancer, and some really good opportunities to have situations thrown at us and get a chance to learn about them. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Charlie O'Brien for taking this piece of work and sticking it on Spotify and Apple iTunes and Amazon Music and SoundCloud and YouTube. And then he gives me the link and I put that on Facebook. I have to say that when I'm watching YouTube about parrots, an eye pop up. It's kind of scary. It does throw me. So thank you for that, Charlie. I really do appreciate it. And he created the website, www.terriworld.com. And if you've missed some of the podcasts or you'd like to just kind of review them again, he's got 4 or 5 that are archived up there. And if any of you are interested in getting your dogs exercise, we have a drop-in on Monday night. That's September the 30th. And you do have to let me know. Can't just pop out. We're just going to have games and play games with the dogs, try to get them exercise, try to get them tired. A little tiny bit of obedience involved with the games, but the games are more fun. But it does, with the dogs not looking, encourage some of the obedience and listening and being able to not be distracted and do what mommy and daddy say. That's at 6 o'clock. So if you want to give me a call, 519-726-6699, or you can text me and say you want to jump in. It's one night. Or if you want a reading for yourself, I'd be happy to do that and personalize it for you. And you can email me at terri.coutts@gmail.com. Thanks, everybody, for taking the time. Have a wonderful week. Make the most of this energy. It's a good one. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.